For the longest time, we have been hoping for, meaningful recommendations, including effective mental health training for police.
Family members and the public will soon learn more about the deaths of 5 men following interactions with police here in Winnipeg. That's because an inquest that will put the circumstances around the fatalities under the microscope is set to begin next week. The inquest will examine the circumstances around the deaths of Patrick Gagnon, Michael Baggett, Sean Thompson, Matthew Fozanov, and Randy Cochran, all who died within roughly a year-long period following interactions with members of the WPS. The inquest, ordered by the Chief Medical Examiner's Office to determine not fault or culpability, but whether or not future deaths of a similar nature can be prevented.
Ultimately, I think we want to see, the cultural changes in these systems that will, aim to prevent these tragic deaths and also respect the person posthumously, and respect the family as they navigate this process, because the family voice hasn't really been heard.
That's Emily Baggett-Sedin, the cousin of Michael Baggett, speaking about her family's hopes for the inquest. She says they've been waiting for years for answers and insight into their loved one's death, saying her cousin was in distress and needed medical help, not a police response. She hopes the inquest starts a larger conversation about police reform and training, alongside the lack of social and healthcare supports overall for people in crisis.
I hope that this really elevates, our community consciousness around these issues, because so many people are actually impacted by this.
The inquest, which starts Tuesday, will see evidence concerning all of the deaths inserted into the public record, in some cases for the first time. As while the IIU investigated all of the incidents and determined officers did not contribute to any of the 5 deaths, the source material, eyewitness interviews, videos reviewed, and other materials were never made public, and they may now find their way into public evidence. On Friday, City News reached out to the WPS for comment on the upcoming inquest, but due to the fact the matter is before the courts, a service spokesperson said it could not comment. Justice Minister Matt Wiebe was unavailable for an interview on Friday concerning the upcoming inquest. However, a written statement reads, quote, "As a Minister of Justice, I recognize the painful history and complicated relationship between law enforcement and Indigenous people in our province. Our government will work to reset this relationship, and we are committed to building a justice system that is fair, culturally appropriate, and free from discrimination," end quote. The inquest is expected to last several weeks. In Winnipeg, Modjeski, City News.